Good morning, students. How are you all? Hope you all are healthy and absolutely fit at your home. So, students, this is your mathematics class for class ninth. This is chapter 7, chapter named Triangles. This is your lecture number 8. So, student, in previous lecture we discussed 8 theorem and exercise 7.1, 2, 3 and 4. In this lecture, we will discuss about exercise 7.5. We will discuss exercise 7.5 and examples of chapter 7. Exercise 7.5 is your optional exercise. In this exercise, we have 4 questions and they all are very important. And they are little bit different from your previous 4 exercises. We will use some other applications in this exercise. So students, pay attention. First question is, ABC is a triangle. Locate a point in the interior of a triangle ABC which is equidistant from all the vertices of a triangle. It means we have to prove that a point which is located inside a triangle ABC and that point is equidistant means equal distance from all the vertices of a triangle. It means we have to draw a triangle and a point in locate inside it such that this point is equidistant from this vertex as well as this vertex as well as this vertex. We have to do this. So students, circumcenter is only a point of a triangle is always equidistant from all the vertices of the triangle. Now students, you are thinking what is circumcenter because it is a new term for you. So students, circumcenter is the point where perpendicular bisectors of all sides of a triangle meet together. If we have a triangle and we will draw 3 perpendicular bisectors from 3 different sides of a triangle, definitely they will meet a point inside a triangle. We call it as circumcenter. So students, circumcenter of a triangle is always equidistant from all the vertices of the triangle. We know it very well. Now the question, what is circumcenter? Circumcenter is the point where all perpendicular bisectors of all sides of a triangle, it means 3 perpendicular bisectors of 3 sides of a triangle meet together. Now you are thinking how we will draw it. So students, you have to take a triangle ABC and then draw the perpendicular bisectors from all 3 sides. Now student, I think you know it very well how we will draw a perpendicular bisectors. We will take a line BC and a compass with a pencil. We will open our compass more than half of any side in which we will draw a perpendicular bisector. So we will open our compass more than half of BC. Then we will put our compass here and mark 2 arcs up and down. Then after that we will put our compass here and again mark 2 arcs up and down. Then we will meet them. Similarly, we will draw the perpendicular bisector on AB and AC. All 3 perpendicular bisectors are cut each other or meet each other at point O. So O is the circumcenter of the triangle and this circumcenter of the triangle is equidistant from all 3 vertices. You can measure it with the help of scale. So students, in triangle ABC, we can find the circumcenter by drawing the perpendicular bisector of the side AB, BC and CA of this triangle. O is the point where these bisectors are meeting together. So O is the point which is equidistant from all the vertices of a triangle ABC. So student, this is your first question. Now second question, do you have any confusion in it? Because in this question only we have to locate a point. We don't have any proof, we don't have any congruency here, we only locate a point. So now question number second. Question number second is, in a triangle, locate a point in its interior which is equidistant from all the side of a triangle. It means now in second question again we have to only locate a point. Which type of a point? He wants a point in the interior which is equidistant from all the sides of a triangle. In your previous question we draw a point which is equidistant from the vertices of a triangle. Now we have to locate a point in interior of a triangle which is equidistant from all three sides. So the point which is equidistant from all the sides of a triangle is called incenter of the triangle. So students, now this is a new word again for you, incenter. So what I said, a point which is equidistant from all the side of a triangle is called the incenter of a triangle. So what is incenter? Incenter of a triangle is the intersecting point of the angle bisector of the interior angles of that triangle. So what is the incenter? When we draw the three perpendicular three bisector angle bisector of a triangle, they will meet a point. That point is incenter. If we have a triangle like this, and this is the bisector of this angle, this is the bisector of this angle, and this is the bisector of this angle. So this point where all three bisector of angles are meeting, we call it as incenter, and this incenter is equidistant from all sides of a triangle, because I already explained to you that incenter is only a point which is equidistant from all three sides of a triangle. So how we will draw? We draw like this only. We will take a triangle ABC. For finding the incenter of the triangle, we will draw the angle bisector in a triangle. We will draw all three angle bisector of a triangle. You know how we will draw our angle bisector of a triangle? Definitely you know it very well. We have to take a compass, put pencil compass here and pencil here, draw an arc and draw the bisector of this arc. Similarly, when we will draw a bisector of line bisector. So we will open our compass more than half, put our compass, mark arc here, put our compass, mark here also, and then we will meet. So in a triangle, all three angle bisector meet this point. This is the incenter of a triangle, which is equidistant from all three sides. So students, here in triangle ABC, we can find the incenter of the triangle by drawing the angle bisectors of the interior angles of this triangle. O is the point where these angle bisectors are intersecting each other. So O is the point equidistant from all sides of triangle ABC. So student, with these two questions you learn two new terms. One is circumcenter, second one is incenter. Circumcenter, which is equidistant from all vertices of a triangle. Incenter, which is equidistant from all sides of a triangle. Third question of your optional exercise is, in a park, people are concentrated at 3 points. In a park we have so many different type of person and so many numbers of person. They are focusing on at 3 points. Point A, where there are different slides and swings for the children. A point where we have different slides and swings for the children. B, near which a man-made lake is situated. Man-made lake is situated at B. C, which is near a large parking and exit area. So we have a triangle ABC in the form of a we have a park. 3 points are present in the form of a triangle. Point A, where all swings and slides are there. Point B, a man-made lake is there. And C, parking and exit is there. So now the question is, where should an ice cream parlor be set up so the maximum number of the person can approach it? We have to situated our ice cream parlor in like this, that all persons which are present on A as well as B as well as C can approach maximum times on maximum numbers on the ice cream parlor. So students, maximum number of person can approach the ice cream parlor if it is equidistant from A, B and C. Definitely it is very clear. If it is equidistant from all three vertices, all 3 points, then it is possible to each and every person to go there and approach it. Now A, B and C are the vertices of a triangle. Yes, definitely they are vertices of the triangle. So the circumcenter, like our first question, circumcenter is only the point which is equidistant from all 3 vertices of a triangle. Which is equidistant from all the vertices of triangle. Now students, once recall how we will find our circumcenter. We have to draw 3 perpendicular bisectors on 3 sides of a triangle. Then they will meet a point. That point is known as circumcenter of a triangle. So we draw a triangle shape A, where slides and swings are there, man-made lake, parking and exit area. We will meet 3 vertices. Draw the perpendicular bisector on it. They meet at a point O. So we should situated or place an ice cream parlor at point O, which is because O is the equidistance from A, B and C, all 3 points. And then after this, maximum number of person can approach ice cream parlor because it is equal from all 3 destinations. So students, now it is very clear the parlor should be equidistant from A, B and C point, and it is only one circumcenter of the triangle. This is circumcenter of the triangle, so we have to make a ice cream parlor here only. This is only one solution of this question. So student, this is your third question. Now we will focus on your fourth question. Fourth question is, complete the hexagon and the star shape rangolis. We have 2 diagram is already given. By filling them with as many equilateral triangle of the side 1 centimeter as you can. Count the number of the triangle in each and which has more triangles. So students, we have 2 different shapes with us. He wants the number of equilateral triangle of the side 1 centimeter. We can fill how these type of equilateral triangle we can fill in our these 2 diagram. This is our first diagram, and we have to also count the triangle in each case, and we have to also told about which has more triangle. So students, first of all, it can observe that the hexagonal shape rangoli has 6 equilateral triangle in it. We have to draw all diagonals and we have 6 equilateral triangle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 equilateral triangle in a hexagonal rangoli. So area of one triangle, triangle AOB. In this triangle, we know it very well that the formula for finding the area of equilateral triangle is √3/4a square. A is side square. So we will apply it here for the equilateral triangle. Side is 5 centimeter square. Side is 5 centimeter square. Now some of the student are thinking that how I said that they have all equilateral, because students, it is already given that it is 5, it is 5, it is 5, it is 5, and it is also 5. Now it means it is a regular hexagon, and in regular hexagon we have all equilateral triangles. So doubt clear? Now root 3 by 4 into 5 square centimeter square, mention unit also, it is very important. Now after solving it, it is 25 root 3 by 4 centimeter square. It is our area of one equilateral triangle. We have 6 equilateral triangles. So finding the area of hexagonal shaped rangoli. Area of hexagonal shaped rangoli is, because we have 6 equilateral triangle and area of one equilateral triangle is this, multiply with 6. It is 75 root 3 divided by 4 centimeter square. Now we have to find equilateral triangle of 1 centimeter, number of triangles. Area of equilateral triangle having its side as 1 centimeter is, same, we will apply the formula for finding the area of equilateral triangle, root 3 by 4 into side square. Side square means 1 square. Then it becomes root 3 by 4 centimeter square. Root 3 by 4 centimeter square. So it is the area of a triangle which has 1 centimeter side. Now we have to find number of equilateral triangles of 1 centimeter side that can be filled in this hexagonal shaped rangoli. So by which method we have to find? We have to divide the area of hexagonal shaped rangoli by the area of equilateral triangle of 1 centimeter side. Definitely it is very easy. So 75 root 3 by 2 centimeter square, and then it is also centimeter square, unit is cancelled with unit, and root 3 is cancelled with the root 3, and after this we will get, we have 150 triangles such that it means in hexagonal rangoli we have 150 equilateral triangle of 1 centimeter side. Now we will discuss about next or second diagram. Second diagram is star shaped rangoli. Second diagram is star shaped rangoli. Star shaped rangoli has 12 equilateral triangle. Now students are thinking how it is possible, because 1 2 3 4 5 6, because beta when we will draw all diagonals in it, then 6 equilateral triangles are present here. So we have 12 equilateral triangles of side 5 centimeter in it, because it is already given that all sides are 5. So we have 12 equilateral triangle. So area of star shaped rangoli triangle, we have area of one equilateral triangle formula, multiply by 12. So this is the area of total star shaped rangoli 12 equilateral triangles. This is your area. Now we have to find number of equilateral triangles of 1 centimeter. Similarly, by division method, area of star shaped rangoli divided by area of equilateral triangle of 1 centimeter, then they will give us a result. It means in star shaped rangoli we can fill 300 equilateral triangles of 1 centimeter. So in our hexagonal rangoli we can fill 150 triangles. In star shaped rangoli we can fill 300 triangles. So which has more triangles? Definitely star shaped rangoli has more triangle. How much more? 300 minus 150, we have 150 more equilateral triangle in this. So students, this is your exercise, optional exercise. All 4 questions are done. Focus on these questions and practice them. Now some examples. Example number 6, which is present on page number 123 of chapter number 7 is, it is an important example. In an isosceles triangle ABC with AB is equal to AC, D in a triangle ABC with AB is equal to AC, with the point B and D and E on BC such that BE and DC are equal to each other. Show that AD and AE are equal to each other. So what is given? AB is equal to AC, it is given. BE is equal to CD is also given. We have to prove that AD and AE are equal to each other. For this, definitely we have to apply some Pythagoras theorem. AD is present in triangle ABD. AE is present in triangle ACE. So students, for the congruency, we need three elements. You know it very well. First is AB is equal to AC. From where it comes? Given. Then angle B and angle C are also equal to each other. Why? Angle opposite to equal sides are definitely equal. We know it very well because of theorem 7.2. Now we have, for the third element, we have one thing, that BE is equal to DE. If you are concentrate in this diagram, it is given that BE is equal to CD. So definitely this part DE is present on the both side. If we will subtract this part from the both side, then we will got our result as BD is equal to EC, and we will use incongruency also. So BE minus DE is equal to CD minus DE. Then BD is equal to CE, which is the side of our triangle. These two triangles are congruent, so that by SAS rule, both the triangles are congruent. If these two triangles are congruent, then their remaining parts are already equal to each other by CPCT. So AD is equal to AE by CPCT. So student, in these two triangles SAS, these two triangles are congruent by CPCT. These two sides are equal to each other. Now example number 9. Example number 9 is present on the page number 131. Example number 9 is also important. In this triangle ABC, D is a point on BC. It is given such that AD and AC are equal to each other. Show that AB is greater than AD. We have to prove it. So what is given in this question? AD and AC are equal to each other. We have to prove it. AB is greater than AD. AB is greater than AD. So student, what is the proof? First of all, in triangle DAC, in this triangle, AD is equal to AC, it is given. So the opposite angles, angle 1 is equal to 2y, angle opposite to equal side, because of theorem. They all are equal. 1 and 2 are equal to each other. Tell me one thing, angle 1 in triangle ABD, what is the relation between this triangle and this angle? Angle 1 is an exterior angle of triangle ABD. It means angle 1 is equal to the sum of two interior opposite angle 3 plus 4. Definitely, if angle 1 is equal to 3 plus 4, so definitely angle 1 is greater than 3 as well as angle 4. So students, angle 1 is greater than angle 4. If angle 1 is greater than angle 4, then 2 is also greater than 4 because 1 and 2 are equal to each other. Now the side of an opposite to angle 2 and angle 4 also have same relation. Side opposite to angle 2 is AB and side opposite to angle 4 is AC. AB is greater than AC. Side opposite to larger angle is longer. AB is greater than AD. From where, how we will change AC and AD to each other? Because it is given AD and AC are equal. So we can replace AC with AD. So AD is greater than AB is greater than AD. We want to prove this. So student, with this question, your today's lecture is finished. This is your homework. Today's maths homework is do questions of exercise 7.5 and do examples of chapter number 7. You have to do this exercise in your homework notebook and practice your examples in your rough notebook. So student, with this homework, all things are finished in today's lecture. So students, if you have any doubt, then please mention in comment section, and safe at your home. Thank you. Have a nice day.